Well, I was hoping José Padilla would be here to ask a question, but unfortunately, I guess he decided not to show up because there wasn't the theater.
Guys, ready? And in balance. Sir, hands up, hands up. I'm Senator Alex Padilla. I have questions for the secretary because the fact of the matter is a half a dozen violent criminals that you're rotating on your hands off.
Ground. Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
If you let my hands go and put them behind my back.
All right. Cool. One hand. Lay flat. Lay flat.
Other hand, sir. Other hand.
Mr. Vice President, how dare you disrespect our senator? You don't know his name, but yet you served with him before you were vice president, and you continue to serve with him today, because the last time I checked, the vice president of the United States is the president of the U.S. Senate. You serve with him today, and how dare you disrespect him and call him Jose? But I guess he just looked like anybody to you. Well, he's not just anybody to us. He is our senator. Today, the Vice President of the United States spent 3 or 4 hours in LA before holding a press conference and spewing lies and utter nonsense in an attempt to provoke division and conflict in our city. This is consistent with the provocation from Washington that began 2 weeks ago, when our city was calm and millions of Angelenos were going about working and contributing to our city. The provocation has resulted in lives disrupted, terror and fear spread throughout our city. And businesses were empty, owners were suffering, and describing this situation as worse than COVID. Just think for a minute how profound that is. He accused state leaders and myself as mayor of this city of encouraging violence, of sicking mobs on ICE officers. But let me just tell you, like yesterday, what happened at the Dodgers, we're not sure who these armed men are. They show up without uniforms. They show up completely masked. They refuse to give ID. They're driving regular cars with tinted windows, and in some cases, out-of-state license plates. Who are these people? Mr. Vice President, how dare you disrespect our senator? You don't know his name, but yet you served with him before you were vice president, and you continue to serve with him today, because the last time I checked, the vice president of the United States is the president of the U.S. Senate. You serve with him today, and how dare you disrespect him and call him Jose? But I guess he just looked like anybody to you. Well, he's not just anybody to us. He is our senator. It's just really sad when our economy, obviously we've had the issues in the city, and to have this unenforced error. There was just no need for this to happen. And unfortunately, the last 2 weeks, you've seen a huge dip in different sectors of our economy for this unnecessary experiment and unnecessary stunt.
I'm Senator Alex Padilla. I have questions for the secretary.
Democratic U.S. Senator Alex Padilla of California was shoved out of a Homeland Security press conference in Los Angeles on Thursday after attempting to ask a question of the department's chief, Kristi Noem, and was forced to the ground and handcuffed by security agents.
On the ground. On the ground. Hands behind your back.
In a statement, Homeland Security said Secret Service agents believed Padilla was an attacker who did not comply with orders to back away. Padilla spoke to reporters after the incident.
If this is how the Department of Homeland Security responds to a senator with a question, you can only imagine what they're doing to farm workers, to cooks, to day laborers, out in the Los Angeles community and throughout California and throughout the country. We will hold this administration accountable.
Noem had been discussing protests in Los Angeles over President Donald Trump's immigration crackdown. Raids carried out by the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, or ICE, has struck fear among migrant workers across the country, including at this worksite in Alexandria, Virginia.
We are all scared. How could we not be? We're all migrants. We feel for others. We're not all illegal. Others don't have papers, and it's sad for our fellow companions and families without papers. That's sad. We hope that this ends soon.
U.S. military officials said hundreds of Marines will join National Guard troops on the streets of Los Angeles within 2 days and would be authorized to detain anyone who interferes with officers on immigration raids or protesters who confront federal agents. The state's Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom and other officials have called Trump's move to deploy troops to LA unnecessary and illegal.